My name is Lana. I'm half Palestinian, half Syrian, and that means food at home is amazing. And you should be jealous. I feel like a disco ball, but I also still feel like chic. I grew up here in the UAE, but you know, like I can say that I was born in Ajman, but in all honesty, my memories are spread all across the country really. Like Fujairah has the summer and winter retreat, along with like a warm family feeling. Sharjah is like the friends and school and like art exhibitions and like these fun casual activities, as well as school, I guess. And Abu Dhabi is big family gatherings, cousin sleepovers, going to the mall with my cousins, things like that. I'm half Palestinian, half Syrian. Yeah. I think my favorite memory from my childhood is whenever we'd come to Syria, my grandpa would say, I've made the swing in his little garden a bit bigger because like Brahim's kids have grown older, so now they can fit better on the swing. And I think sitting on that swing has been my favorite thing ever. Yeah, and I miss that. The colors of my childhood, green. I used to love the color green, and I just love nature and greenery. And I think that also touches a lot on my memories in Syria. Yeah, I think green is the dominant color here. Yeah. And blue for the sea. Not really. I mean, I've been trying to revisit writing because that was my favorite aspect of filmmaking when I was studying. But I also like did a lot of research in Middle Eastern history, and I think that's my main interest, honestly. And I think that's like where I would like to be leaning towards. So not really a lot of filmmaking, no. Maybe on another side of the camera, but you know, can't say too much here. A lot of my friends went to art school in different university, not where I was. So a lot of times they would need a subject to shoot, subject to work with and stuff like that. So that's really where it began. And then I would post the work that we would do together. And I guess it just like moved up from there. Yeah, and then when I was in university on my first year, it was Hindash's last year, and that's where we met. And I guess that's where it really, really blew up when I worked with him, yeah. I think as a kid, like deep down, for sure, I've always liked makeup, and like my mom can tell you endless stories about that. Makeup and beauty and fashion and just like that world. I never thought it would actually happen. Not because of anything, just because to me, you know, in my upbringing, it's always like, oh, you end up doing what you study, right? And in my head, I'm like, oh, I can't study fashion. Like that's not serious. But jokes on literally everyone, including myself as a kid, you know? So yeah, no, but I think growing up for sure, I wanted to end up that way. I wanted to end up in this place somewhere. I think for sure be able to speak about my roots and myself without it being a political problem. I think that's the number one goal for me within this career, I guess. Because for some reason, by merely being Palestinian or Syrian as a model, it became political activism. People call me an activist just purely because of where I'm from, even though I hardly see, like, I'm not an activist. I barely do anything, you know what I mean? Like, I go on set and then I say I'm Palestinian. And that's what gets a lot of like angry reactions. And people call that activism in the end, you know? And I think that's quite disappointing, you know? And I think that's what I'd like. I'd like to be a Palestinian model without it being a movement. I would like there to be Palestinian models out there without it being problematic. The sea, just being on the sea and seeing greenery. I think both of those. And music. So like a mix of those three. If I'm on the sea with some trees behind me and nice music playing, I'm happy, I'm good. That's it. Lana style. What is my style? I don't know. I think I'm having a little identity crisis in the midst of trying everything. So some days I'll be into the full black, full sleek, very like simple but chic look. And then other times I like to be dressed in like super baggy jeans, sneakers, and a tie. So I don't know. I don't think I can call my style one word. It's just whatever I feel like in the day, I think. You're trying to get the answer out of me, and I'm trying to think. Okay. My style in 3 words. I think simple and structural, maybe. Like I like a nice structured piece. Comfortable, I think. Not so much, actually. I like a pair of heels and a corset. So feminine. I think obviously that's what keeps me around here, like being able to dress up and wear clothes that I love or clothes that I want to try. The most fun thing about being a model in the fashion world is being able to get into characters that are not you. Sometimes you dress like the girliest girl, and other times you dress like the most boyish girl, and everything in between. And I think that's the most fun thing to explore. And then at the end of the day, I take off all these clothes and I just go back to being myself. And I think that's the most fun part, just being able to experiment with different personalities through the clothes and makeup. Bella Hadid. I'm guilty, and she's perfect. I am most thankful for my family. And I think I'm most thankful for where I am today. For sure, in general, like not just career-wise and not career-wise in particular, literally just everything altogether. I'm very thankful for that. By traveling, getting a holiday, reading books, I think gives me, it makes you feel a bit real and it makes you feel a bit calm. So reading for me is a very important aspect of like feeling grounded, and writing. I think a balanced silhouette is the most important thing. A little mix between something that is shaping as well as something that's like loose and big and comfortable is always fun. And just knowing when to wear heels and when to wear flats is really important. It's not casual. You have to pick. Like, there has to be the right time for a heel and the right time for flats. But that's just me. I don't know. Traveling more. I think my biggest dream is to just be able to travel more and more. And most importantly, part of that dream is to see Palestine and see Syria again, hopefully in a better place. I think these are my biggest dreams. I think patience is key to everything, but also knowing your place, knowing your value, knowing your worth is important. I guess knowing your place is not the right word, more like knowing your value with patience. These two working together, finding the balance between being patient and also knowing when to say no is the most important thing. And be kind. I think kindness is the most important thing humans need to hold on to.